wave them high. Red and yellow and pink and green, purple and orange and blue.
Hi everyone, welcome to Red Elephant Art Club. I'm really excited about doing these projects again with you. Paula and Michaela, I hope you're watching. I'm doing these especially for you. Okay, so we're doing a whole new series of art. It's art around the world. And so the first one we're doing is Iceland. Now, you're going to need some supplies for this. So I will be right back and gather up my supplies to let you know. Okay, so see you guys just back in a minute. Hi everyone. Okay, I think I have all my things together. Some of the things you're going to need, I want you to have your globe so that you can show the kids where we're going to be traveling this week. You're going to need your elves, the ceramic bisque elves I found mine. Mine was on the shelf. It's been sitting up there for years, so it's a really good excuse for me to finally get it painted and off my shelf. And you're also going to need some ceramic paint. It is not acrylic paint. Make sure you don't use acrylic paint by mistake because we're going to put it in the kiln to be fired. Okay, so make sure it looks like this. It should say Concepts Duncan on there. Okay, so make sure you have that, not acrylic paint. Acrylic paint you would just paint and let it dry. You're going to need some paint brushes, some water, and something to put the paint on. All right. And probably paper towels or some rags to help clean up the brushes and any messes. All right, so I think make sure all the kids have their aprons on as well. All right, so to begin, I want you to gather the children up and let's let them know you're going to be traveling to Iceland. And you're going to get your passports out and you're going to stamp the passports that says Iceland. Okay, let's find Iceland. All right, Iceland is right up here, way up here by the Arctic. All right, way up there. Now, if you look on our map, here we are, way over here, and Iceland is this island right here, right next to Greenland. All right, and Iceland is part of Europe. All right, so anyway, this is where we're traveling today, and they have lots of puffins there, and volcanoes, and elves. They believe in elves, and that's what I think is so fun. It's so cool, so magical, right? The people of Iceland, a lot of them truly believe there's elves living there on their land, and they're supposed to be magical. And anyway, I want you to show a video. Make sure you find a video and show the children before you get started. Okay? All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to put my maps away, and now painting with ceramic paint is different than acrylic paint. All right, just so you know. I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to turn this off for a second and raise up my camera a little bit so you can see better. Okay, I hope that's better. Okay, so make sure that before you get started, take a look at your ceramic piece and make sure there's no dust. Mine's been sitting on a shelf for, like I said, actually years. So mine has some dirt and dust on it. And you just want to take a dry brush and just brush it all off, okay, to make sure your ceramic piece is clean. So do that. Now, some tips I'd like to give you are to only pull out one color of paint at a time. Let me tell you some things about the ceramic paint. If you accidentally paint something you don't want to paint. Say I paint one of the ears and get a little red paint on my ear. If I do not wash that off really good, then when I go and paint over with, say, this flesh color, even though I paint over it and you really can't see it, when I put it in the kiln and have it fire, this red will come blazing through and you will be able to see it. So it's very, very important that the children keep their brushes clean. So, some tips. Only give them one color of paint at a time and have them paint whatever they want, that color first. Then help them make sure that they clean out their paint brushes very, very good with soap and water. All right? Now, another thing about ceramic paint compared to acrylic paint, you have to put 3 coats on. So, in order to do a good job, you have to paint 1 coat, let it dry, and then go paint a second coat, let it dry, and then put a third coat on. So I would do is let them go ahead and paint one whole coat first, and then go ahead and go to another color. And that's, while that's drying, just go ahead and just keep painting, and then repeat this 3 times. All right, so now I'm gonna paint this. This has, this one I chose has sparkles on it. Look at that. I don't know where that green will come through or not. I don't know. This is really old, like I said. I bet it's been on my shelf for 10 years, forever. So I'm glad I'm doing it. But anyway, I'm not quite sure what this is going to turn out like, but it looks pretty sparkly. So at this point, I don't really care. I'm just glad to get it done. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and paint it. I'm going to turn off this video. You can try to teach the children also not to swirl it, not to swirl it all, but to paint an all. Oh, can you even see me? I'm not sure if you can. When you paint it all in one direction, all right? And don't make clumps. Okay, I can see that that's kind of hard for you to see. That this piece of ceramic is really big. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the video. I'm gonna paint some and then maybe come back on in a few minutes and kind of show you my progress. Okay, so I'll see you back in a few minutes. Okay, guys, I'm back. I finished my first coat. Let me see if I can just turn this around so you can see. My first coat on my elf. And let me see if I can just turn this on so you can see him a little bit better. So now some few things I want you to notice. The colors of ceramic paint will change when you fire them. The yellow is going to be a lot brighter. All the colors are going to be a lot brighter than what you're seeing. Sometimes even the colors that you paint aren't going to be anything like what's going to turn out after it's fired. Example for like a clear, you paint it all and it's all this like turquoise color, but when it's fired, it all turns clear. So it's different than a regular paint. So when the kids are painting it, just make sure you explain that to them, that after it's fired, the paint will change colors with the, I guess, the chemistry of the heat and the paint. But anyway, it's kind of fun. So now I'm going to let this dry for a few minutes. And notice also that I didn't paint all the eye. I don't think your elves have eyes. I think the hat covers it up. But if they do, just make sure you paint the eye, paint it all the white first. And I'm going to have to let that dry and then paint, 2 more coats on. Then I will paint the pupil inside. Okay, so just kind of be aware of that. But I don't think yours have eyes that you have to worry about. But anyway, this is a lot of fun, and I am just going to sit and let that dry for a little bit more, and then I'm going to do my second coat and then my third coat, and then I'm going to get it fired, right? And it'll be all ready. There'll be a lot of fun. So anyway, if you have any questions at all, be sure you call me, and make sure all the kids are washing their brushes out really good, and I want you to observe them. Make sure they're not bending the bristles on the brushes. Make sure that they're cleaning really well. And then you get a paper towel and fold over the brushes so you can keep the brushes nice and smooth. And make sure also the acrylic paint is put away with the lid on it. You can make sure that the lid is cleaned off first before you close it. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions, be sure to call me. Love ya. Bye.